Kayla with the Celebration Company. Happy Tuesday. Y'all, it is late and I'm live. How about that? It's been a busy day. And we did DIY decor box packaging today. So if you're a DIY decor box subscriber, your box is going to be arriving in your mail this week or early next week, and I absolutely cannot wait for you to see this box. But I still wanted to go live today, even though it's been a busy day. And I'm really excited about this craft. I think it's going to be adorable. Can't wait for y'all to see it. We're making a snowman. We're doing a snowman ornament. Doesn't have to be an ornament, really. And it's going to be super cute. It's going to be super cute. I'm really excited for y'all to see it. I'm really excited to see how it turns out. So when you hop on, say hello. Let me know you're watching. I hope you've had a fabulous day. Like I said, today's been busy. It's Tuesday. It is DIY decor box packing day. We got all of our decor boxes packed up and ready to ship out tomorrow. So, it's going to be great. It's going to be great. Also, today is day 2 of our 12 Deals of Christmas, and we have some new ribbons for you today. These 3 ribbons here, okay, these are great quality ribbons. They are wired ribbon, so they don't look wired ribbon. They look like regular ribbon. However, they're wired, so they're going to hold their shape really well, but they're different than your traditional wired ribbon that is like wide and, you know, bulky, and you can't really tie just a regular bow with it, or you can, but it sometimes is difficult. So this ribbon here is double-sided, and it is wired, so it's going to make doing bows, tying onto packages, all the different things. It's going to make it really easy. All of these are $4.99, and there are 10 yards on this spool, okay? 10 yards, which is a lot, because typically a roll of ribbon usually has 3 yards on it, okay? So this has 10. So these are really good size rolls of ribbon. And there is a lot of stuff on here. Okay, there's a lot on here. So y'all are going to love this ribbon. So we're going to be using this one today. We're going to be using this plaid one today. And we're going to use it with our snowman that we're going to make. Okay, but you can use these on your Christmas packages as well. They go on your Christmas packages beautifully. Very easy to use, like I said. You can tie them up and just have a simple bow, but your bow can have some good volume to it, which is really nice. All right, let's see who we got joining today. Hi, Stacy. Hey, Aletta. Hey, Jeslyn. Hi, Holly. Hello, Carol. Good evening, Larissa. Hey, Danae. Hi, Lori. Hey, Michelle. You're welcome, Rochelle. Hi, Jamie. Thanks for celebrating, Michelle. Hey, April. Hi, Lori. Yay, Lori. Hey, Shelly. Good evening. Hi, Norma. Hello, Carolyn. Good evening. Glad to see everyone today. Thank you all for joining. All right, so here's what we got. I have got a styrofoam ball. My styrofoam ball is, I think, 5 inches. It's a 5-inch styrofoam ball. You could use any size for this. But we're using the 5-inch because we're going to be using the largest hat. So these hats are available on our website. They come as a pack of 5. So you get 5 different hats. I'm sorry, 4 different hats. These 2 here are the same. But you get 2 of the little ones and then 3 of the larger ones. Okay. I know. Well, I'm glad, Teresa, you're able to join. Hey, Carolyn. So I'm going to be using the largest one today. Like I said, these are available on our website. They're $14.99 for the package of 5. Okay. So we're going to use the big one today. We're also going to be using our glasses. So these are available on our website as well. Look how cute these little glasses are. So we're going to be using these on our snowman. So this is going to be the cutest thing. I'm also using this primitive greenery today. So it's going to be adorable. I can't wait for y'all to see it. So I'm starting with my styrofoam ball, and I'm just going to go ahead and put a hole in this and put a skewer on it, okay? This is just so that, y'all, where is this hair coming from? I mean, I just keep finding hair everywhere. Gosh, my hair must be just shedding like crazy right now. Okay, so this is just to make it easier, because what we're going to do is cover this in tissue paper, okay? And the reason why we're going to do that is to just give it a different texture. So you could cover it in whatever you wanted to. You could cover it in Snowtex. You could cover it in fabric. You could use a sweater stretchy material on it. You could use vintage patterns. You could use all kinds of different things. I am going with the tissue paper just to give it a different texture, and then we're going to add some paint to it. Okay, I'm gonna grab a couple of pieces of tissue. This is just plain white tissue paper. Janice, yes, so let me do this. This is really the easiest for me. I'm just gonna do that right there, and put that ribbon up. If you're unfamiliar with how to use a QR code on your phone, then just do a screenshot and then go into your photos, find that screenshot, hold your finger down on that QR code, and it'll pull the website right up for you. Okay, so that's the easiest way for me to put the website up there. It's the celebrationco.com. Okay. Okay. So I'm just going to take, and I'm going to tear big pieces. I am not interested in doing a bunch of little pieces on here. So we're going to do big pieces of tissue on this styrofoam ball. All right. So I'm just tearing some pieces here. They don't need to be perfect. Just get you some pieces torn. All right, let's see how that does. And then we're going to start just gluing these pieces right onto our styrofoam ball. I'm just using some decoupage glue and a brush. So I'm using my DecoArt decoupage glue. This is available on the website as well. And I'll just take a piece of tissue paper, put it on, and we want wrinkles. We do not want it to be smooth. And I know you're thinking, why are you putting white on white? It's really a texture thing. It's all about the texture here. We're just trying to add the texture. I don't want it to look like a piece of styrofoam. So the tissue paper is going to change that texture up a bit so that it doesn't look like styrofoam. We're creating a different texture. And so that's the reason why we're doing that. And then, but I don't want it to be, I don't really want it to be much of a different color, because we're going to come back with some raw umber and we're going to do a wash over this. So the color doesn't have to be different. I just want kind of a, I still want it to be white, but more like a tan. You know what I mean? So I'm not doing small pieces. You could do small pieces if you want, but we're just going to keep layering the tissue on top of itself until we've covered and have this layered the way we want it. Now, after we get it completely covered, I am going to dry it, and then we may come back and add another layer. Hey, Terry, I'm so glad you could join me. Yes, Lynn, it'll give it a little bit of a paper mache type finish. It's going to have more wrinkles than a paper mache, which of course I'm totally fine with. The wrinkles are good for something like this. You know, we want those wrinkles. Maybe like a homemade paper mache, but like I'm thinking of like the store-bought paper mache, or like the paper mache we have. It's fairly smooth. And you're just going back over it with more glue as you get it covered. So as I get this thing completely covered, I'm going to go ahead and dry it, and then we'll see if we need to do another layer. It starts to get, the tissue paper starts to get a little bit too thin, and so then it starts to tear. And so that's why I'm drying it and then maybe doing another layer. Yes, Lynn. You can see, like, I didn't take a whole lot of care into that. But I can still see in some spots the texture of the styrofoam. Oh, that would be fun, Jeslyn. Okay, I think it's good enough. It's not perfectly dry, but I think it's going to be good enough. Y'all, my nose is running. Okay, so just to kind of show you what texture we're getting. All right, so we're going to keep going because I want some more. There's definitely some spots that aren't covered to my liking. So I'm going to come in and add some more paper to those areas. Hey, Belinda, good to see you this evening. So anywhere where it doesn't look heavy enough, add some more. And this would also, like I said, you could use Snow-Tex, and you could completely cover this thing in Snow-Tex. I started out was going to use a styrofoam ball that I have that's covered in Snow-Tex. I'll show you all what that looks like. But I decided it wasn't big enough, so I switched to this one. And I can't cover it in Snow-Tex and still finish it while I'm live with y'all, so decided to go something different. But let me show y'all what it looks like when you take the Snow-Tex and you cover the styrofoam ball with it. It's amazing. And even if you just wanted some snowballs, this is a fun way to create some snowballs. But look how amazing that looks. And so this is just Snow-Tex. We have this available on the website. This is what it looks like. Okay. Comes in a tub like this. And it is a thick paint. And it's got a lot of texture in it. and you can create this snow-like look. Good to see you, Belinda. I'm so glad you're here. All right, we are about there. I'm liking how this is looking. A little bit more. Let's see. All right, I feel like I want some right there. All right, let's see how we look. Oh, I see a little bit right there that's not covered. I'm still seeing a little styrofoam there. Okay. All right, I'm feeling pretty good. Okay, let's try it. Cheryl, everybody's doing very well. Griffin was excited to have a snow day today. What about y'all? Did anyone else have a snow day? Did y'all get snow today or last night rather? We got a couple of inches, maybe 1.5 inches, 2 inches. So Griffin was really excited. He could not go to sleep last night, worrying about whether or not they'd called school off. Of course, they didn't call it off until early this morning, you know, when I'm trying to sleep. But they did call it off. Styrofoam ball, Barbara. We're covering a styrofoam ball with tissue paper, and we're doing white tissue paper, and I'm going to show you why here in a minute, mostly to create some texture. Okay, so we don't want the texture of the styrofoam, and so that's why we're covering it with the tissue to create this different texture so it doesn't look like a styrofoam ball. And then we're about to put some raw umber on it, which is going to really change the look of this, and it's just going to give us this really primitive look. I'm thinking it looks really good. I think I'm happy with it. A 2-hour delay, that's great. 1.5 inches. That's about what we got. Wow, Carol, I can't believe y'all didn't get more though. Okay. Uh-oh, Jennifer's hoping for some good snow this winter. I am never hoping for snow. I don't know why I took that out because I'm going to need that again. But let me show y'all the texture, okay? All right. So you can see it's a different texture. It is not, doesn't look quite like the way a styrofoam ball looks. All right. So, and I used about a half a sheet, 3/4 of a sheet of tissue paper, 1 piece of tissue paper. And I just cut it into big pieces. Oh my gosh. And no snow day, Rebecca. It's crazy. 14 inches of snow and no snow day. That's the difference. In Kentucky and places like that get snow all the time. Y'all probably never get snow days when you live somewhere like that gets that much snow. And I feel sorry for you. 6 inches in Illinois. Oh. Andrew was in Ohio last night, and he called me this morning. He said they got about 5 inches, and I said, man, am I glad I'm not in Ohio anymore. Because, you know, we used to live in Ohio, and I don't like snow. When it snows, I try my best to stay inside and not go out. And it's not really because I'm scared of it. I've driven in the snow plenty. That doesn't bother me. I just don't like it. I just don't want to get out in it. It's cold and it's wet and I don't want to be out in it, you know? It's fine if I'm inside and I just can look at it. But that's all. I don't want to be in it. All right. Hey, Amanda. Okay, so we've got our styrofoam ball. We've got our raw umber here. Let's grab a paintbrush. And we are going to cover this in raw umber and then remove the excess. I bet you didn't, Amanda. Okay. So I'm just going to apply a thick coat, and then I'm just going to take my baby wipe and just start wiping this all over. Okay, and so this is what we're getting. You can come back and you can remove even more of it. Whatever you want. I'm finding that I really don't need to apply much more. You could do this with any color. You could do this with even a lighter color if you wanted just a faint, you know, variation in color. Okay. See that? All right. And that's it for that. I'm going to dry it. Okay, and now we're going to put our snowman together. All right. So, the first thing I'm going to do is put the hat on because that helps me to visualize where my face needs to be. I know, Terry, but you can always buy it from us as well. So for my hat, I want this to be an ornament. So I'm going to put a hole in my hat and I'm going to run ribbon through it so that it can hang. All right. So I'm going to grab, let me find an X-Acto knife. Okay. So just a regular X-Acto knife. And just right in the top of my little felt hat, again, this is available on our website. I'm just going to poke and make an X right in the middle. Okay, y'all probably can't see that, but I just poked it in and made an X right in the middle there. I don't know if y'all can see it better on the bottom. Then I'm going to take the ribbon that I'm going to use. So this one here, which is our special for today. It's $3.99 for 10 yards. I'm going to cut a piece of this off. And I'm going to make a loop and then tie a knot. Just like this. Okay? So we got a loop and we got a knot here. All right. I'm going to grab a wire where have I put the wire? Here it is. Okay. So I'm going to grab a wire and use this as my hook. And I'll just take and put it through the loop like that. And we're going through the underside, and I'm just going to press the wire through that hole that I cut, and then pull my loop through. Okay, just like that. And then to make sure we don't lose the loop inside, I'm just going to take and put some hot glue around that knot on the inside. Okay, I'm going to cut this excess off. There we go. All right, and we'll just let that set, okay? So then we'll put the hat onto the ball. So I'm just gonna put some glue right on the inside. And then we'll just stick this right on to the ball. Just press that in. Okay, just like that. All right. Okay, now we need a nose. Let me see if I've got any of our carrot noses. I think I do. Yeah, here we go. All right, so these are also on our website. They are packs of carrot noses. There's multiple different sizes in there. I'm going to use this one right here. And we will take a dowel. This one's a little too big, but it's going to work. And I'm just going to put some hot glue inside the nose. There's a little hole there. And I'll just stick the dowel right inside. Okay, and I'm going to use some rusty orange. This color here is called Orange Spice. And we'll paint this. I always do, so hat first and then the nose, because the nose is always going to go in the middle of the face. So wherever the nose is, it helps you to know then where to put the mouth and where to put the eyes. So that kind of helps a little bit with knowing, you know, being able to get your face right and not having it messed up. I think those little tips help a lot. Hey Denise, thanks for celebrating, Judy. And these carrots, I don't know if y'all can tell, but they've got texture in them. They look a lot like a real carrot looks. So I'm going to do 2 coats. I'm so glad, Mary. I lied. I'm going to do 3 coats. Okay. There we go. All right. Of course, I'm not painting the bottom. Then after I get it painted, I'm going to take my raw umber and I'm going to wash it. So I'm just going to do a quick cover, and then I'm going to take my baby wipe and then just remove the excess. And that's just going to settle into some of those details, and it's just going to make it look like a real carrot. Can y'all see that? Okay. So then we'll take and just cut this dowel down. And it may pop out of my nose, I don't know. Nope, it didn't. Okay. Well, good grief. All right. Barbara, it would. You're gonna have to use a different type of glue because you'll need to glue your nose on and your things onto that glass. You're gonna need to use a strong glue where hot glue is not going to hold with the glass. But yes, you could. All right, so just finding my face here. And I'm just going to kind of eyeball, and you want it to be in the middle. Okay, and I'm going to press it in. Yes, Jamie, you could put this on a bed spring. That would be adorable. And then I'll just stick some hot glue in the hole and around. And then just press this in and hold it so it can set. Now, I haven't planned what I'm going to use for the eyes yet, or for the mouth. So we'll see. Okay. There we go. All right, I think I'm going to paint the eyes on because I think I'm going to like that the best. So let's grab a paintbrush and some black paint, and I'm just going to paint some ovals. But here's the thing, I want to use these glasses. So I think I need my eyes to be a little wider than what I would typically do. Look at this. I mean, this is already going to be so cute. Isn't that going to be cute? So let me grab a pencil. And I'm just going to draw some eyes on to kind of see. Okay, I think that's going to work. So I just did some oval eyes. The eyes are always the most nerve-wracking part. The eyes and the mouth. I'm just doing little black ovals. Like that. No, I don't think so. Yeah, maybe. Maybe. I don't know for sure. I can't quite remember if I used a 5-inch or a 4-inch for the ghost. All right. Oh my gosh. That's looking so cute. Okay, let's dry the eyes. Yes, Terry, we do. So just two simple little ovals. I put the glasses on so that I knew where to put my eyes because, of course, we don't want our eyes to not be in the glasses. Typically, I wouldn't put the eyes here. So typically my eyes would be just directly kind of above the nose. But I think this is cute. All right, and so we've got our glasses. Look at this. That we're going to put on. All right, let's do a white highlight, or like a white. I'm not sure if I want to do a highlight or if I want to do a dot. Mary, so on the shipping pass, I don't know for sure. I know that they've had some issues with it. But regardless of what issues they are having with it, rest assured that we are going to make it work. So if you pay for the shipping pass and then when you, yes, so Mary, you got charged then for shipping. So they're working on figuring out what's going on. You'll be refunded for that shipping. Okay, so any additional shipping that you are forced to pay for, you will be refunded. Okay, so we'll get all that fixed and taken care of, and at the end of the day, you won't be paying for it. But I know that this is new and we've never done this before, and so they're trying to figure it out. So if you'll just be patient with us, they're going to get it figured out. And again, I promise that you will not have to pay that. We will make sure that we make it right. Okay. So I just did 2 little highlights. All right. So then for the mouth, I think I'm just going to do, let's see what the glasses, what kind of mouth this guy needs with his glasses on. I'm feeling something just simple. So I'm just painting on a simple little mouth. And then I'm going to do some little smile lines like that. All right, just simple, nothing fancy. Okay. I'm good. Glad, Jennifer. All right, so now we're going to do some rosy cheeks. And let me grab my Distress ink. We're going to use Worn lipstick. And I'm going to use my finger. And I just take my finger and just dab it onto my hand so that I don't have a ton. And then we're just going to rub this on the cheeks. However much you like, however rosy you want those cheeks to be. All right, now let's do our glasses. Y'all, how cute. All right, so I'm gonna put these on, and then I'm just gonna kind of bend the ends around a little bit to kind of conform to the ball. And then I think I'm going to use some wire The hat came from our website, thecelebrationcompany.com. Okay, so we can use this to prop this up. Let me take this off so y'all can see. Okay, so I'm going to take some black wire and just create some little pins with this. We'll do 4. And I'm just going to take a dowel and just bend this around a dowel to make some little pins like that. This is a small dowel that I'm using. Thank you, Shelly. Okay, there we go. All right, so then I'll make sure he's where I want his glasses to be, and I'm just gonna take and push these into the styrofoam in 2 places on both sides. All right. Struggling to get this last one pressed in. Okay. There we go. So we got our glasses on. How cute. Isn't that adorable? Okay. So now it's just about adding some fun embellishments. So let's grab this ribbon, and I'm thinking about, thank you, Carol. I'm thinking about taking the ribbon and putting it around the hat at the top. I like that. So I'm going to start it on the left side because I'm going to add some floral there. So I'm going to hide this seam. So I'm just going to add some hot glue. And just wrap this all the way around, adding hot glue occasionally. Thanks, Amanda. Okay, and then come back to the front, and I'll overlap it slightly. Oopsie daisies. Okay, there we go. All right, then we'll add some greenery and some more embellishments to this. So let me grab, I'm using this floral stem right here, which is available also from thecelebrationcompany.com. So you can get almost everything that I've used today from our website except for the styrofoam ball and the white tissue paper. There was a time that we had white tissue paper. I just wish this thing would stay and stop moving around. But I know I can't make it do that. Hey Marcia, I'm glad you could catch us live. So I am just playing around with this right now, seeing what I want to do. You know, what do I want to add to it? Cutting this a little shorter, but still making sure that I've got two ends that are coming out. No, Jennifer, that's where I was putting the distress ink on my hand. Let's see. It definitely needs some berries, I think. Let me grab some berries. Let me find. I may actually end up using a different floral. Might like this one better. Let's see. This one here has some rusty bells in it. I think I like that one better. I really wish you would stay. You really need to just stop moving around because you're about to make me mad. Okay, I think I like that one better, but I still need some berries. That are different colors. I'm going to go with these here. You like the flat floral better? I do too. If I could get you to just cooperate and just stay OMG. Where I need you to stay. All right, I think I'm just going to start gluing these things on. Okay, so I'm putting them right here at the seam where I did the ribbon. That's a good idea, Amanda. Oh my gosh. Genius. Genius, genius. Good job, Mander. Okay. All right, so let's glue some berries on here. Add some little berries like that. And then, do I want this pine cone? I don't think I like the pine cone. Maybe a couple of rusty bells. Maybe 3 rusty bells put together would be cute. I think so. Yes, definitely a little on the primitive side. Okay. And then this one. So just doing a cluster of 3, like 3 berries, except bells. The styrofoam ball is a 5-inch, and this is the largest hat that comes in the bundle that we're using here. And then I feel like I really want to do something on the bottom. So I'm curious if I could do, he really needs a scarf down here on the bottom. I'm just trying to decide how to do that. I think what I'm gonna do is I need something round, like this lid, for instance. And I'm gonna just put this on here and trace around it. That. And then I want to give myself, make sure I've got some extra where we're starting. So I'm going to start like this, and I'm just going to kind of glue this, the bottom of it, around. So I'm starting here. I'm going a little bit wider. And I'm just kind of gluing the base of this. See if this turns out. Aren't the glasses so good? I mean, you think of those glasses as being Santa glasses, but they're still perfect for a snowman too. All right, last bit here. Just bring that around. Okay, I think that's gonna work. All right. Now I'll cut the excess. And then I'm just gonna tie this. And I'll tack that back down if needed. And it was needed. Right. Then I'm just going to cut the scarf, making them different sizes. Do a little glue right there. Okay. And then I'm going to just take my scissors and slit and make these little slits like the fringe on a scarf. And I'll just take my fingers, just kind of rub that to separate it. Oh my goodness, I hope things go well, Lynn. Good night. All right. Okay. Y'all, how cute is that? Look how adorable. Does he need anything else? He's precious. So precious. I love him. I'm trying to decide if he needs anything else. I don't know that he does. See a little spot there I need to touch up. The scarf helped. It finished it off. The scarf was needed. Don't y'all think? It just wasn't quite the same without the scarf. It really needed that scarf. So let me go over what I used. I used our new ribbon. So we have this ribbon available. These 3 different styles. Okay, they're all $3.99 and they're 10-yard rolls and they're wired. Okay, so it's not your typical ribbon. They are wired 10-yard rolls. As you can see how my hanger is standing up. It's not falling down. It's standing up. And my scarf, it can be manipulated because it's wired. All right, unlike most ribbon. Okay, and it is 10 yards. Most ribbon spools have 3 yards on them. They usually have about 9 feet. Okay, so there's a lot of ribbon on here. This is great for your crafting. It's great for your gift wrapping, all kinds of things. You know, a little cardinal would be cute on the hat. I think I actually have one left over from but I've also got these. The hats are also available at celebrationcompany.com. The greenery is available there. The bells are available on our website. Of course, the glasses and the nose is also available on our website. Okay. This one I'm not feeling. This one's kind of cute, but kind of not. It's kind of taken away from it. What do y'all think? I don't know if I like that or not. Here's a little bird, but it's green. It's kind of got a primitive look about it. That one's just ugly. I think that one is my best option. This one here's blue. It's got like some little sparrows. I don't like that. No bird. I think it's pretty cute. I'm trying to decide if there's anything else I could add that's gonna make it better, but I'm not coming up with anything. He reminds me of something, of someone, a cartoon or something out of a book or a movie or a show, but I can't think of what it is. A little snow. I'm worried the snow is going to be too white because the face is not very white, so I'm worried the snow is going to be too bright. So I think I'm going to leave it as is. I think I'm going to leave him as is. If I was going to do anything, it would probably be like a tag. But I don't think I'm going to do anything. I think I'm going to leave him as is. So there you have it. There's our little snowman ornament. Today, again, the ribbons are $4.99, available for 12 deals of Christmas. Today is day 2 of 12 deals of Christmas. So yesterday was, what was yesterday? The glue gun. Yesterday was the glue gun. When you buy the glue gun, you get the silicone mat and the 10 glue sticks for free. So today is the 3 rolls of ribbon. They're $3.99 or $4.99 a piece, and there's 10 yards and they're wired. All right, I think that's everything. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Tomorrow, I will not be crafting. We will be live from Patty's house decorating Christmas trees. So, yeah, he looks like Jack Frost a bit. I think that you're right. I think that's what I'm thinking of. He does look a bit like Jack Frost. So, yes, I'll see y'all tomorrow. Have a fabulous day.